Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today we're going to talk with independent living, and we have a new face with us today, Danielle Kaiser. Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you for
coming
having
in.
me.
Absolutely. And you are the new you're a occupational therapy assistant, and you're the home modifications manager.
Correct.
Over there, right? So why don't you, we're going to dive into the occupational therapy today, but why don't you first, just for anyone that is new to watching us or independent living, tell them a little bit about what independent living is.
Sure. So Independent Living is a nonprofit organization that has been serving older adults and people with disabilities in Dane County since 1973. In the home modifications department, we have certified occupational therapy assistants on staff, and our goal is to go into homes and make recommendations so people can improve their safety, their function, and their independence there.
Fabulous. And we've had many other people on from independent living talking about these things. We've had Ron, who's kind of the installation guy. We've done tours and all that stuff. So now today we want to talk about more the occupational therapy and why occupational therapists are being used. So first, what is occupational therapy?
Okay. So occupational therapy is the use of everyday activities to help people in whatever their life's roles are. That can be from students in school to people in hospital and rehab settings to community-based settings, and that would include us in this home modifications area.
Awesome. And why does how does having an occupational therapist impact your customers for independent
Sure.
living?
So we're assessing the whole time. We're looking at a variety of things to impact people, and that can be from situations where they're feeling dizzy, maybe they've had slips or falls, and we're going to go in and evaluate not just plugging something in, but really looking at how that person moves, their particular setup, and what would work for them. So that can be things like the grab bars in the bathroom is a common thing we get, but we're not just plugging them in any old place. It really matters to that person and their setup and their habits, how we're going to suggest that be placed. And we also recommend often handrails, and people feel like they've got one. So we're going to look at whether that one's safe and probably recommend a second. That is kind of our second most common thing that we end up recommending. There's something called a transfer pole that's new and popular, and we've had people request one and call back and request that we purchase and install another. It's a tension mounted rod that can be put anywhere. So if someone's having a struggle getting up and down out of their bed, their favorite chair, they can fit in the bathroom, and they're not permanent, so they can be moved kind of wherever. So those are some of the common things that we recommend, and kind of that OT trained eye is helpful for.
Gotcha. And do you do things for both inside and outside the home?
Yes, definitely. So before we get to winter here would be a great time to have things evaluated and looked at outside. And if we can, if we can get something put in before the ground freezes, we definitely do that. Otherwise, people are still welcome to call us over the winter, and we just take a wait list for that first thawed day in spring.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you in and out and permanent
Yep.
and non-permanent items as well. So
Correct.
for
Yeah, we're
apartments
very looking at individualized. We're very client-centered. So we're just looking at what that individual wants and working with them, whether they're ready to act now or just taking the education and planning for the future.
Okay, awesome. And then another topic here is independent living has some grants that are available. Why don't you talk a little bit about the grant system?
Sure. So we administer grants for Dane County, and the grants are intended to be for people of low to moderate income, and the funds can be used for paying for part of the home assessment, as well as home modifications and even assistive equipment. So just kind of some things that would be not attached to the house, but things like sock aids or shoe horns or just other little things like that. There are funds available for that we would be happy to help people get access to.
Awesome. And what kind of criteria is needed, or how can they get hold of that criteria for the grants?
So you would call Independent Living, and that number is 274-7900, and we can talk through all the criteria. We'll list some of them out here today. The grants, again, are intended for people that are low to moderate income, and how that is defined right now is for a single person, $50,350 or less is a gross income annually. The folks do need to be 62 years of age or older as well, or someone with a permanent disability residing in Dane County, so in Fitchburg or one of the many other Dane County Consortium municipalities. If people happen to be seeing this and they're in the city of Madison, they have their own grant that we administer as well, and again, can call in and get those specifics.
Fabulous. And what about those people that necessarily aren't eligible? What is there somewhere
Sure.
you can direct those
Sure.
people?
So folks that aren't eligible can still call independent living, and our rates are very comparable to other professionals in the area and would be a valuable solution.
Fabulous. Well, I think we talked really good about the OT side of things today and the grants. So again, if you have any questions, please call Independent Living and talk to Danielle about these, especially coming to the in-home visits as well. So before we go, contact information for you guys,
Yeah.
website,
Yep.
where you're located.
Yep. So again, our phone number is 608-274-7900. And we serve all of Dane County, so anyone that's seeing this is welcome to call. We come to you for home modifications. We're also on the web, independentlivinginc.org, and you can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as well.
Awesome. All the social media,
Yep.
all over the place.
We're getting
So you can't miss them. They're wherever you need them. So, well, Danielle, thank you very much for coming
Yeah,
in
thank
today,
you.
talking about this, and we'll see you or someone else from Independent Living next month.
Yep, very good. Thanks
All
so
right,
much.
thank you very
All right.
much. And we'll be right back after this quick break, and we'll end up the show. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.